opener. It looks great. Great job, babe.
Good. I'm glad you like it. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight, as always. How are you?
Yes, you guys, welcome to Dustin and Michelle. It's Saturday night. This is the fabulous Dustin.
And this is the beautiful, lovely, and talented Michelle.
Thank you. All right. Okay, let's get real for a second. No, seriously, let's get real.
Okay.
Sales are so crappy right now for me that we just needed to sit down and talk about this. So if you've been having crummy sales and they haven't been living up to your expectations, right, babe? You were talking about this.
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about a few different ways where you can help your business make a little bit more money when it's almost, you feel like it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So
sometimes sales are just slow. What do? You're listing, you're doing everything that you're usually doing, but sometimes it's just summertime. People are out, at baseball games, they're out at the cabin, they're not sitting, on eBay and browsing, for the most part, and I think what they're doing is maybe coming online and buying some things that they perhaps need.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing only because there's a huge fire truck and ambulance just went by my house. So my apologies if you hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope everybody's okay.
Me too. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Continue.
That's live TV for you. So.
Yeah.
So our online sales are slow. Mine are too. I've been dealing with this for, month and a half or so. Things are just slowed down. Like we're saying, right now it's the summertime, even though I like to stock up on summer stuff. People, like I said, people are just aren't there. And we got Kristen, a rose squirrel, coming in to say hi. Hello, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
We appreciate you coming in. And we also had Will earlier, Reseller Madness, come and say that he's wanted to stop by, but saying hello ahead of time. We really appreciate that, Will.
Thanks for leaving a note. That was so nice.
Absolutely. We appreciate our friends coming in here and saying hello. It really helps with the energy of the show, and we just really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yes, online sales are slow. And what are we going to do about this other than freak out? No.
Yeah, other than freak out or wait it out, one of the two. So I think the most important thing that we can do is list items consistently, honestly. I've found, especially when I started doing this full time and building my business, listing consistently every day was definitely the way. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Whoa, there we go. It's definitely the way. It's definitely the way to keep your sales consistent. I'm sorry. What's that? Huh?
I said I like the little rockets. You guys have to hang. I don't see any of this stuff until you guys see it with me. So I'm complimenting them on the rockets. Okay. Yes.
Oh thank you. Yeah. So when you list the items consistently, you'll see the rocket. It's just going along, and you'll get consistent sales that way. It's almost like you get that straight line of sales when you're listing a certain amount of things daily. Now, and I kind of show here that once you choose an achievable and sustainable daily listing goal, stick to it. You're gonna see your sales start to rise, especially if you allow yourself to improve. Like, okay, I'm getting used to this 10 listings per day. Maybe I can bump it up to 12. 2 more listings every day. Do that for a while, bump it up to 15. Just keep on improving. You're gonna see that consistent sales and also it on the rise. So that's, I think, the number one thing you can do. Yes.
I have to say that I totally agree with you about listing items consistently, but I also have to bring in the other side of things, which is, being a single mom or being a single parent and having a job and then having to pick up your kids after school and then trying to, go out, trying to list every day. And so I think one of the most important things is, like you said, setting goals, but setting goals that are achievable. without stressing you out, without making you hate what you do because but it's in the back of your mind. Just,
Yeah.
I've said this before, if you can do 2 listings and you do them in the morning while you're having coffee before anybody wakes up, which is sometimes what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just say, hey, I did 2 listings today. You know what? It's better than 0. And, yeah. So
Absolutely.
make sure you have goals that are realistic so that you can pat yourself
Mm-hmm.
on the back and celebrate when you do something great. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you don't just walk in to start listing 15 items every single day. You got to work up to that. First you got to have 15 items every day to list. So you got to be sourcing all the time and have a big inventory, monster pile, money pile, whatever you want to call it, and make sure you got those 15 items to list. And sometimes listing 15 items takes you 3 hours, 4 hours, all day perhaps, depending on what you're selling. So. Set those achievable, realistical goals and stick to it. Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna keep even in the slow periods. It's still gonna keep that rocket sort of going straight at least.
I grew up in the Midwest, and I was taught that if you don't know what to do, if you just don't know what to do, just work, do something, start cleaning something, work, just to keep yourself busy. So finding other, things like these things really help. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say we actually went over this, and we're saying probably number 2 thing, really easy thing that you can do is send offers to the watchers and likers. They're called watchers on eBay, and I believe likers on Poshmark, right?
Yes, likers.
Okay. And I put down, if somebody's interested in your item, it's been sitting there collecting dust for, a year and a half, you paid $2 for it, and they offer you 30 instead of the 50 you want, take it.
Right.
You paid $2 for it. That's still a really great profit. It's been sitting there forever. Make somebody happy. Give them a good deal. You're going to feel good for moving your inventory and getting a few bucks. They're going to be like, hey, sweet, I got a good deal. I like to do that like every other day at least. I'll notice, get those watchers piled up and then send those offers out, if not daily.
I like to do it in the morning when I'm having coffee. I really like to do my offers to likers because it's kind of quiet, and then I can have a little bit extra time to go ahead and look up that item again and check the solds to see if anything has changed, and then decide if I'm going to accept it or not after I've sort of double checked it. But
yeah, that's a good thing to be really consistent with, and do at least every other day or so. And next is sort of we can say a lot of things about this, but basically discount your items. Put your store or your Poshmark closet on sale. Is there a way in Poshmark that you can easily do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really easily actually, and I can show you actually because it really is that easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so up on your main page of it says here, where's the camera? There we go. You can see here Thrifty Potamus. Where is it? Thrifty Potamus. There we go. And you see the little tool thing? It says like a wrench. It's actually
On the top right corner there.
right. It's right here.
Okay.
Right above that little star there. See, that's like a little thing. So if you click on that, it pulls up a bunch of options, for different things. And one of them on here says bulk listings. At the second from the bottom, it says make offers to likers, and it will actually let you go right in. So it's easy. You just hit the little toolbar up at the top. You pull down the menu. You read about all the cool things. There's a bunch of different kinds of things you can do. And there it is. It's at the bottom. Second from the bottom. Pretty easy.
Awesome. Is it the same with when you're sending your offers to likers? Will you find where you can put your Poshmark store on sale in that same area? Is that easy to do as well?
Well, I always kind of do it my way, which I know probably there's easier ways to do it because you know that I'm not so great with computers. I usually will just put my whole entire closet on sale, and then I'll go through individually, and if people have liked certain things, I'll take a look at it, and I might reach out if there's some likers on it. But I don't know. I mean, I just use my Posh VA, which I love, and it shares my closet, and then I do my offers to likers. And sometimes I do a bulk sale. So kind of like you, babe.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I actually do that with eBay. It's fairly easy if you have a store to put your store on sale. There's the promotions, and actually it's not fairly easy. We'll have to maybe go over exactly how to do that and find where you can put your store on sale.
Write that down before we forget.
Okay. Because it is a really nice tool. You can, you can filter it a bunch of different ways. You can put it, where you have all the inventory from the past year. You can put that on a certain percentage off, and then you can put everything that's been 6 months and back up to a year, a smaller percentage off. So there's a lot of different things you can do with putting your eBay store on sale, which is really nice. I'm happy to hear that Poshmark also makes it easy for you to make a sale. And also sort of under this one here, under like the discount your items, not only putting your store on sale on eBay, you can discount shipping on items. You can just go through, like you're saying, like sort of one by one and see if the prices are right, see if that's still the trending price, or maybe you could just lower your prices. All those different little things that sort of go under this one here. And I also put, a little sale will bring traffic, to your items, and if they're discounted or not, your inventory will still be moving once you make that sale, and it's just, that's what you want, So the next one we were talking about was a really important one, and you really like this one, Michelle, is to change the main photo or even the title. Make sure you got all those keywords in there.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys that I've been messing around trying to figure out how to get more traffic. I love YouTube, but I do a lot of my stuff on Instagram. So yeah, just trying to get more traffic, and anyways, it's a lot of work, but it's good. I mean, I think consistently listing, I think checking the prices, checking the prices, which isn't on there, is also super duper important. I know that I have a bunch of stuff in my closet that I just overpriced when I first started and didn't really know it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I did actually send some really, really inexpensive ones out today where I was like, look, I'll make $5 on it. I just can't share this one more time. So I wanted to talk about changing the main photos, and that's where I was going, which was, I like to use pic collage. That's the one I like to use. And sometimes when my reel's not doing as well as I want it to, or something else I put on social media, even a reel, if it gives me the opportunity to go back and change the cover photo, I will. And I've noticed that if I do change it, that I have gotten increases in views. So if one thing's not working, just know you can go in and you can try it again. Now, one of the things that I really love to do when it comes to photographing clothes, which that's my background, so I get excited about lighting and all this kind of stuff. It's the well, hang on one second. So we were talking. I'm sorry, baby. We were talking about.
We're talking about changing the main photo if you think something's not working right.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I changed it. It's been working has been working for me. I've been getting more hits, so it's an important thing to do. Okay. Definitely give it a shot.
And right now you're talking more about social media and thumbnail hits, and you're talking more about social media right now.
He's You're correcting me, baby. Sorry.
Uh-huh. That's what you're talking about, though, right? The Instagram
Yes.
thumbnails. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. No, thumbnails. Oh yeah. That's what we were talking
Okay.
about. Social media thumbnails are like cover photos. Is that what you call it on YouTube? Yeah,
Thumbnails. Yeah. And
yeah. So when I change those, they work for me.
okay. Yeah, and I mean that the same is going to go for your listings on eBay and Poshmark. If you have a really crappy picture to begin with, maybe go back and change it. Or if you have a title that's just 3 words and you didn't take the time to find all the right keywords, put all those keywords in there. My thing is I don't like to necessarily redo things, so I'm gonna try to do it right the first time. And if there's like major like something's just totally off, um, personally, I don't like to take the time to go back and redo things like that. I'd rather work on something new, and just be like, oops. Sometimes, but I think that is a really good point because, you know, it,
Well, I use Pick Collage, and it literally takes me 2 seconds to change the background. It really does. Like I can go right into the same old one that I had posted, like the thumbnail,
mhm.
change a few things, and then just pop it right up because it's saved actually in there. So I know what you're saying about not wanting to put more time into stuff that you've already put time into, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sometimes.
if you can find an easy way to do it, a fast way to do it. I'm sorry, I'm dying over here, you guys, of heat. That's why I'm like, you see me. I'm sorry if I'm like.
No, it's hot and under these lights. Even though we got the AC on and all that, I'm warm as well. So, yeah, go ahead and I got here a great cover photo and a clear, informative title is what gets the click on your listing. Make sure yours look amazing. The first time, if at all possible, and then we don't have to worry
One
about it.
thing about the photos, can I interject one thing about the photos?
Oh yes.
Thank you. Sometimes what I like to do with the photos is I like to do pick collage because I'll take the front of this, like I just did a Harley Davidson t-shirt. Okay. It's really cool. It's from Kinnelon, New Jersey, which is really awesome. So I photographed the front of the Harley Davidson t-shirt, and then I, of course, did the back because they want to see where it's from, because each one has their own little place on it. So I actually made a really super quick collage of just the front of the Harley Davidson and then the back of it, and I made it as my thumbnail, or what do you call it? I always get confused.
Yeah, I mean
And
just the main
it
photo.
went
Sure.
great. Yeah, and it worked out. It works out great. So it helps people to see the front and the back really quickly and go, oh, I like it. And then I usually, if I can, I'll write above it, subtle and very classy. Maybe I'll say, Nautica, or,
Mhm.
whatever, Cabela's. But I do sometimes put the name in as well. And I know eBay doesn't like that, but I do my stuff on Poshmark. So far, so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that. No, I really like your Poshmark pictures. You can, you tell you put that little bit of extra time into it, and yeah, I'm sure that helps. And like
I hope.
yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, like you hope. You're putting that extra time into it, so it better,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like you said, eBay doesn't really like those like collage type photos or doctored um, type things. I don't know why. I think it's a good thing, and if you're willing to put that extra time into it, I think you should sort of be rewarded for it. I think, but oh well.
It's always a sticky subject because, like I was saying before, I don't know if this was yesterday or whatever, that you have to pay to use models' photos when they're wearing clothes and things like that. So I wonder how, if eBay's on top of that, because you're not allowed to, take a picture of, let's say, me wearing something, modeling something from Chico's, and put it on your Poshmark page because you're selling the pants. That's a big deal. So I was saying that yesterday, if you can remember, just blur the face out. Try to just blur the face just a little of the model, just to, it's easy to do. I put a heart on her face sometimes, or him.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good tip. Yeah. You'd be like, hey, where's my royalties or something, right? If somebody used your photo. I get
Yeah, it happened to me. It happened to me once. Yeah.
Hmm.
Somebody said, we saw you in the magazine on the bus to the Hamptons. I said, oh, really? We got to the bottom of that.
Oh, cool. Well, hopefully you got paid.
Yes, I did. Thank
Good
you.
deal. All right. So we get on to our last one here. And this one's sort of like another sort of broad thing here. Is listing a new category. And my example here is that, summer can be like really slow. I was already mentioning that for online sales. So you can like plan ahead. You can start stocking up on things like swimsuits, camping gear, summer sporting goods, things like that, at least a few years or a few months in advance, or even all year round, especially for the summer, because you want a lot of summer specific stuff when it's slow. So people are, actually going online to buy specific things. They're not like, oh, I'm going to browse and, just maybe buy this or something. So they're like, I need a swimsuit. I'm going online to buy a swimsuit, and then I'm heading to the lake, so
Yeah.
they're not just, hanging out and buying this.
Shopping. Okay.
Yeah.
I was telling you that I was sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and I got now forget interrupting each other. No, the listing in a new, it's okay. The listing in a new category for me is something that's been really important, because I like to do clothes, but I'm getting tired of doing all the work photographing them. So I started learning about jewelry. I started learning about mugs. I bought a couple like cat watering filter things. I'm learning this all from you, honey. Like I never would have thought to pick up an air conditioning unit filter and use my little camera, check it out. But I do now, yeah. I do. I'm serious, because I want the diversity, and I get so excited about new things to learn and new things to share, and it's just
it's a lot of fun learning all these new things and categories, and it's like, oh my god, I can sell those now. Yeah, it's really good. So diversifying is always going to be, something that is going to help you make more money. If even if baseballs aren't selling, 1 week, like magnifying glasses or something will be, you know what I mean? Just like it's something's going to be selling, and the more categories that you're selling in, you're hopefully going to have more consistent sales that way.
And planning for the season coming up. Christmas in July, one of my favorite YouTubers, her name is Macy Blackwell is her name. She and her husband have an incredible Instagram channel. She's so good at her craft. Their business is so amazing. It's really worth checking out. We should put a link down there, because they're busy constantly. And yesterday they started filming Christmas stuff. She was all dressed up, making her Christmas stuff with a Christmas tree. And I'm like, can't a girl have Halloween around here?
Can we get to the middle of the summer real quick?
And I'm like, oh dang. So I freaked poor Dustin's daughter. I said, I'm photographing back to school backpacks. And that is literally what I was doing back to school backpacks this week.
Yep.
Nuts. And one more little tip too is I'm selling a ton of sweaters. So many sweaters. I don't know why. For me in my closet, I almost feel like we never had a summer. I literally sent 3 beautiful sweaters out in a bundle the other day.
Oh, from the same person too, right? So that's really strange, that somebody's buying 3 sweaters and that you actually had 3 sweaters that they liked in your closet, and bought them
They
all.
must have been really cheap.
That was so
If
cool.
you buy 15% off.
Did you have a sale like that where the more you buy,
I
the more you
do.
get off? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
if you buy 3 things.
that's so cool. Yeah, I love when that happens too. I do that with media, like DVDs and CDs in my store because I have so many of them. So I always like to try to entice people to buy a little bit more. Give them a discount for 2 or more, add 15% off or something. Yeah.
I got nervous about something because somebody made me. So, anyways, there's money to be made in pull-ups, adult diaper pull-ups, for real, guys.
Okay.
I'm not joking. So they're very expensive, and if you can get your hands on new packages of them that haven't been opened, they go for like sometimes $18 to $22, a bag. So those have been one of the new fun things that I've been adding into my closet. But I have 3 packages, and somebody came in and asked me for one, and we were going back and forth a little bit. And then I got so nervous because I thought, holy cow, what if I sell these 3 big things of men's extra large Depends? How the heck am I going to send them out?
Oh.
And then I totally had a panic attack.
Well, that's where I'm gonna come in there, honey. You're not gonna have to worry about all that kind of stuff pretty soon.
Have you told everybody what we've been doing and why we're like scrounging to get things together?
Oh, well, go ahead, honey.
Oh, well, we're moving in together. So, yay. So we set it all up, right, Dave? And Dustin is headed out here. So, right, go ahead.
Yes, so excited. Oh my gosh, we're just so excited to finally get together and be able to create content like every day and join our businesses and inventories. And
if we never started this crazy business of reselling, and if I hadn't thought about wanting to do the show on Saturday night and thinking, oh, this guy seems pretty cool, I'm going to see if he wants to be my first guest. And then we ended up falling in love, which is so crazy. So he's, halfway across the US and I'm over here on the East Coast. And we started working together and becoming successful together. And then everything else is that. So we've been a little bit distracted trying to pack up.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of work involved here in the next couple of weeks. And so we're just really, really grateful that we can, still get together here on Saturday nights and do this live show. We're going to have one more before in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be there doing a show with you on Saturday. So it's going to be different here coming up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
It'll be really nice. Yeah, we'll be able to get out there and do more sales and things together.
Yeah. Shoot a lot more.
Anyway, you guys. Oh, for sure. Tons more YouTube stuff together. I mean, that's for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope that we brought some good little nuggets of info on what to do when you're having a slow time in your closet. Yeah, definitely. You want to list items consistently and make sure that you make a good goal and stick to it, and don't make it an unattainable goal so you can pat yourself on the back when you need to. Then send offers to watchers and offers to likers, right? These people are already in front of your item saying that they like it.
Yeah.
Go do something amazing and get that sale.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Then go ahead and put your. Oh, go ahead, hon.
Oh, you do the last 3 because we're a team. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So go ahead and then put your store or Poshmark closet right on sale. Discount that stuff and watch some traffic come in.
Questione. How much do you put your closet on sale for, my love?
I usually do 25% if I'm and that's stuff that's 1 to 3 to 4 or 5 months old. Anything over 6 months, I'll try to do like 33% or maybe even a little more. Anything over a year, I might even do 50% off just to get it out.
Wow.
Hmm.
I feel like that's what I need to do.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
So
yeah, you can do the different tiers with eBay, which is really nice. I like that.
it's
Uh,
simple with Poshmark.
Good, good. Let's see. So then we'll change the main photo and or the title. Make sure we got all the keywords in there and a really nice photo. Make it all snappy, and that's how you get the clicks. So make sure all your stuff looks amazing, and you should see good sales as well. And of course,
One, can I
go ahead.
interject one thing?
Yeah.
Pick collage is what I use to remove my backgrounds. I highly recommend whether you use it through Poshmark's new service. I do believe eBay's doing it now. There's two ways to do this. There's one way, which is a white background, which is always clean and consistent, and it makes your store look pretty. But the other thing that looks really nice too when you're looking for continuity in your closet and you want your pictures to stand out is by using a black background. Not a lot of people use black backgrounds because you need a second light to sort of separate the background from the front.
Uh,
But it's a beautiful option, and don't be afraid to branch out and be a little different and see if a black background really makes your item pop, because it's certainly different.
yeah, definitely. Hmm. Absolutely. Especially if you have like a white, something really light, a black background, really make it pop.
Yes.
Cool. So, and then the last one, of course, just list in a different category, diversify, plan ahead for the seasons, and
This is one of a live example of one of my. I think I'm going to step outside my comfort zone and try something new, which was a disaster. It was I'm going to buy a glass picture, which is great. And then I got it home and I think you said to me, "Oh, honey, it's beautiful, but how are you going to ship that?"
I
It's
mean,
me. He can do it. I'm not as graceful.
it's yeah. I mean, if you don't have a way to like store it, if you don't have a whole lot of shelving, you need a lot of shelving to store glass.
Yeah.
Um, so in general, I don't really care for it, honestly. It's something that we're probably missing out on, in quite a few areas, but then again, it's a niche, some people love it. Some people, that's all they do. And
Right.
I'm the opposite, not me. Um, Once in a while though, if it's worth a good amount of money, I'll find a way to store it, and, shipping it really, it's once you have all the materials, it's really not like a headache anymore. Yeah.
You broke up there for 1 second, babe. You said, "What about the picture?" Sorry, honey.
Oh, the picture, it's
It's stupid to keep those crazy things around the house because it's so nerve-wracking trying to ship them out ultimately, right? Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
and having to store it too, right? Yeah.
That was me
But
trying to diversify.
hey, I mean, it's a really cool looking picture. It's probably vintage, a nice little, somebody had that back in the day and they need it again. Somebody's gonna buy it, but for how much, and how long is it gonna sit there, and how long, shipping it, and so I always like to weigh those decisions when it comes to glass.
Yeah, definitely. I know. I was trying to be like cute and go diversify myself with coffee cups, and I was reading about coffee cups and this and that, and Starbucks cups and all this stuff. Blah 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 blah. I'll be damned if I haven't sold one freaking cup, one mug. No, not even sold one mug. And I'm like, oh, note to self: just try something out. You don't need six. Just try 1 or 2 at the most, right? Me, I like
Well,
9. Like,
well,
no.
well, sometimes you need, you might, you try something and you only get 2 of them, but they might be the wrong 2, and you didn't realize that there's a right 8 to look for, so getting 10 and trying something out isn't a bad thing. As long as you're checking the sell-through rate, if you're seeing that mugs sell in general, just try to find the right ones then. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, they're fun to look at for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
not as breakable too as like they're glass, but not.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, a little
sturdier
more.
usually.
Yeah. So
So, babe, do you think we covered it all?
I don't
I
know if we
think we
covered it all, but I think we
well,
covered the best parts of what you can do. Just really
there's
easy
so
things
many
that you can
sales.
do, get those sales back up. Yeah.
Like I said before, it's like if you're always listing or you're always organizing your business or you're taking advantage of the slow time and you're getting your bins together, right? And maybe you're doing this new organization system like I am.
Hmm.
And this is a perfect time to take advantage of it. And like you said, patience. It's hard to be patient. It's hard to keep waking up and going, okay, normally I have 47 packages for a weekend and now I have 10. You know what I mean? Like, or I actually think I'm selling more. The last couple of weeks, I've been so freaking slow these last 3 months. Ever since we've been hanging out, we fell in love. I can't think straight. So I
I hear
haven't been listening as much as I should.
Yes, our
I've
businesses have, sort of, I
suffered
don't
a
know,
little.
maybe a few. But it's all worth it. All worth it.
It's all worth it. Well, we
Yes.
are always so grateful that you guys join, hang out with us a little bit on Saturday nights. We always look forward to it. And we love sharing our story with you about just all this fun personal stuff because it all stems from being here, being on YouTube and being resellers. It's crazy. So you guys have a great weekend, right? And thanks again.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate you stopping by once again, saying hi in the live, watching the replay, whatever. We hope you got some good info to hear. Hopefully, it'll help you spark those sales into the right direction. And yeah, geez, our hats off to you guys.
We will see you next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Yep, take care. Bye.
Bye.